In the face of growing global tensions, the likelihood of civil unrest has never been more apparent. It seems as though every time we switch on the news, there's a new conflict brewing. And while we might like to believe that these events are isolated, the truth is they're part of a larger pattern that none of us can afford to ignore. Now, more than ever, it's crucial to be prepared, to understand the signs of potential unrest, and to know how to protect ourselves and our loved ones when trouble arises. This isn't about fear-mongering or predicting doom and gloom. It's about being realistic, being informed, and being ready to face whatever comes our way. So, if you find this topic important, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more survival tips. Let's navigate these uncertain times together, with knowledge as our most powerful tool. First off, we need to understand what exactly civil unrest is and what can trigger it. Civil unrest, sometimes known as civil disorder or civil strife, is typically characterized by a disruption of the normal social order. This can be sparked by a wide range of triggers, from political dissatisfaction and economic turmoil, to racial tension and even natural disasters. The consequences of such events can be far-reaching, impacting the day-to-day lives of ordinary people. For instance, the civil rights movement of the 1960s, the LA riots in the 90s, or more recently, the protests sparked by social and racial injustices, have all had significant impacts on society. These moments in history serve as stark reminders of how quickly peace can turn to chaos, and how important it is to be prepared. But how can we prepare if we don't know when unrest will occur? The key is to be aware. Understanding the political, economic, and social climate around you can give you a sense of when tensions are escalating. For example, upcoming controversial elections, growing inequality, or widespread dissatisfaction with government policies can all be early warning signs of potential civil unrest. By staying informed and aware of these signs, you can better anticipate when unrest might occur and start taking steps to prepare. Understanding the signs of civil unrest can be your first step towards preparation. Staying informed is key in any situation, especially during times of potential unrest. Understanding the pulse of your local and national landscape can help you anticipate and prepare for any potential disruptions. Listen to local news, follow trusted online sources, and engage with your community to stay updated. However, staying informed is just one part of the equation. You also need to understand how to assess the level of risk in your area. This doesn't mean you have to become a military strategist overnight. Simply being aware of your surroundings, understanding the local dynamics, and knowing the potential flashpoints can go a long way. For instance, if there's a protest planned in your city, consider the groups involved, the issues at stake, and the history of such events. All these factors can help you gauge the risk level and take necessary precautions. There are also various tools and resources that can help you monitor potential threats. Apps and websites that provide real-time updates on events, weather conditions, and emergency alerts can be invaluable. But don't just rely on digital resources. Cultivate a network of informed individuals in your community. They can be your eyes and ears on the ground, providing you with real-time, localized insights that no app can offer. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay safe. When civil unrest strikes, your home becomes your fortress. This isn't about building a castle with a moat. It's about taking practical steps to ensure your safety and that of your family. Let's talk about strategies to secure your home against potential threats. First up, fortifying your entry points, doors and windows. Reinforce your doors with deadbolts and security bars. Windows can be strengthened with security film or even replaced with shatter-resistant glass. Pay attention to the smaller details too, like securing air vents, pet doors, and skylights. Now let's discuss the importance of a safe room. This is a reinforced area in your home where you and your family can retreat to if an intruder gets in. It should be a room with few windows, preferably none, and a sturdy door that can be locked from the inside. The room should also have a means of communication, like a charged cell phone, to contact the authorities. Lastly, having a family emergency plan is crucial. Everyone in your household should know what to do, where to go, and how to communicate during a crisis. Regularly review and practice the plan to make sure it's effective and understood by all. Remember, a home is more than just a building. It's a place of refuge and safety. A fortified home can be a safe haven in times of unrest. Being prepared means having the right supplies on hand. Let's talk about what you need to stockpile for emergencies. First off, food and water are fundamental. Aim for a 2-week supply of non-perishable food items like canned goods, dried beans, and rice. Remember dietary needs of each family member, and don't forget about comfort food. It can be a real morale booster. As for water, the general rule of thumb is a gallon per person per day for both drinking and sanitation. Next, medical supplies. A well-stocked first aid kit is a must. Include basics like bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and pain relievers. Prescription medications and over-the-counter remedies for common ailments should also be part of your stash. Other necessities include hygiene products, cleaning supplies, and tools. Don't forget about power sources such as batteries, solar chargers, or generators. And remember to stock up on fuel if you have a gas-powered generator. Now, how to store these supplies. Choose a cool, dry place. Keep food in airtight, pest-resistant containers. Regularly check your stockpile for expired items and replace them. Lastly, manage your supplies. Rotate them to keep the stock fresh. Use the oldest items first and replace them with new ones. This way, you'll always have a supply of fresh food and other essentials. Well-managed supplies can be a lifeline during periods of civil unrest. In times of unrest, personal safety becomes paramount. It's crucial to learn basic self-defense techniques, not only for your own protection, but also for the safety of those around you. Remember, the goal is not to become a martial arts expert overnight, but rather to have a working knowledge of how to protect yourself if the need arises. There's a saying that goes, "The best defense is a good defense." Understanding how to evade an attack, how to block effectively, and how to strike when necessary could be the difference between a dangerous situation and a manageable one. Now let's talk about self-defense tools. These range from pepper spray and personal alarms to more advanced tools like stun guns and tactical flashlights. These tools can provide an extra layer of protection, but they also require knowledge and practice to use effectively. So, take the time to familiarize yourself with any self-defense tools you choose to carry. And finally, it's essential to know how to navigate crowds and avoid confrontations during periods of civil unrest. If you find yourself in a crowded situation, stay on the periphery and avoid getting boxed in. Be aware of your surroundings, and if you sense tension escalating, it's best to remove yourself from the situation. Your safety is in your hands. Be prepared to protect yourself. Sometimes the safest option is to leave. When the storm of civil unrest stirs, having an evacuation plan isn't just a good idea, it's a necessity. An evacuation plan is a blueprint for safety, a roadmap that guides you and your loved ones out of harm's way. At the heart of any evacuation plan are the routes. It's not enough to have one route. You need multiple routes, each leading to a safe destination. These destinations could be anything from a trusted friend's house to a designated community shelter. Remember, the unpredictable nature of civil unrest can block off roads and render certain paths impassable. Having multiple routes increases your chances of a successful evacuation. Identifying routes and destinations is just the beginning. You also need to familiarize yourself and your family with these routes. This means practicing. Just like a fire drill, run through your evacuation plan. Make sure everyone knows where to go, what to do, and how to react under pressure. Your evacuation plan also needs to account for essential supplies. Do you have a go bag ready? Does it contain enough food, water, and medical supplies to last you at least 72 hours? If not, it's time to put one together. Lastly, don't forget about communication. Ensure your family knows how to stay in touch if you get separated. Establish a meeting point and consider investing in walkie-talkies as a fail-safe communication method. A well-thought-out evacuation plan can be a lifesaver. So take the time now to plan, prepare, and practice. Your future self may thank you for it. During civil unrest, staying connected is crucial. Communication is the backbone of any survival plan. It's not just about reaching out for help when things go south, but also about coordinating with your family and friends and staying updated on the situation around you. Imagine you're without power. Your cell phones are dead, no internet, you're cut off. What do? You turn to the tried and true communication methods. We're talking about two-way radios, satellite phones, even good old-fashioned walkie-talkies. These devices can be lifesavers, allowing you to connect with others even when traditional means fail. And don't forget a backup power source like a solar charger or a hand-crank generator. But having the right gadgets is only part of the equation. You need a communication plan. Who do you contact first in an emergency? What's your backup plan if you can't reach them? Where's your rendezvous point if you get separated? These are questions you should answer before, not during a crisis. Remember, your goal is to stay connected, to keep your loved ones informed, and to coordinate your actions together. So make sure each member of your group has a copy of the communication plan and everyone knows their part. In the middle of chaos, when everything seems uncertain, the sound of a familiar voice on the other end of the line can make all the difference in the world. Stay connected, stay coordinated. Emergencies often come with financial implications. It's essential to understand that money, as we know it, can be affected during times of civil unrest. Banks might shut down, ATMs might run dry, and digital transactions might be disrupted. That's why financial preparedness is a crucial part of any emergency plan. First off, consider creating an emergency fund. This is a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful and costly. Having an emergency fund provides a financial safety net, so you don't have to rely on credit cards or loans in a pinch. Next, it's prudent to keep a reasonable amount of cash on hand. In a cashless society, this might seem counterintuitive, but if digital payment systems go down, having cash could be your ticket to essential goods and services. Now let's talk about protecting important documents. Birth certificates, property deeds, insurance policies, passports, and other essential documents should be kept in a secure, fireproof, and waterproof container. You might even consider having digital copies stored securely online, so you can access them anywhere, anytime. Remember, it's not just about having these documents, but also about being able to access them when you need them most. After all, what good is a birth certificate if you can't find it when you need it? Financial readiness and document safety are key components of comprehensive preparedness. Preparing for civil unrest may seem daunting, but it is achievable. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We've delved into understanding civil unrest, its triggers, and the importance of recognizing the signs. We've explored situational awareness and risk assessment, emphasizing the need to stay informed and assess potential threats. We've looked at strengthening your home security and creating a safe space, alongside stockpiling essential supplies. We've also discussed personal safety, including basic self-defense and how to navigate crowds safely. We've highlighted the importance of a well-thought-out evacuation plan and the necessity of maintaining communication with loved ones during tumultuous times. Lastly, we explored financial preparedness and the safekeeping of important documents. These steps are not exhaustive, but they provide a comprehensive starting point on your journey towards preparedness. Start implementing these preparations today, and remember, it's better to be prepared than caught off guard. For more in-depth information on each of these topics, check out the other videos on our channel. We've got a wealth of knowledge just waiting to be tapped into, from mastering self-defense techniques to understanding the nuances of civil unrest. There's a video for each facet of preparation. And if you're looking for a more exclusive experience, consider joining our channel membership. You'll get access to extra content we don't post anywhere else, and resources that can further enhance your readiness. We also value your input. If you have any tips or personal experiences you'd like to share, feel free to drop them in the comments. It's always enlightening to hear different perspectives and learn from each other. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting our channel. Stay safe, stay prepared,